What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Innuendo. If you don't get it, we innuendo. But if you with it, when it's finished, in the end, you win. Dough, man. Let's go. Look, I'm back at it like a bat. Have another video for you guys. Today, we're going to actually be checking out a Corey Kenshin video. Because Corey Kenshin, he dropped a video not that long ago talking about YouTube. And we're going to actually take a look at this because this is kind of very important, to say the least, and I want people to be aware of this situation. I did a video the other day talking about YouTube in particular, but we're going to talk about Corey's Kitchen perspective because everybody and their mom is talking about this, and I was going to literally do a video on this, and all of a sudden, everybody and their mom is talking about this. Even Abba and Preach are talking about this, so let's get it in.
I'm going to try my best to articulate this video as thoroughly, as plainly, as eloquently as possible. I don't want there to be any lost context. I don't want to just look like I'm coming out of nowhere having a temper tantrum because these things are happening. The allegations I am levying towards YouTube are extremely serious, and I'm taking this video extremely seriously. YouTube, you guys either play favorites, you are racist, or it's a mix of the two. These are the three options, YouTube. Which one is it? Here's my proof. I've been doing YouTube a long time, okay? I never want to be that guy, oh, it's because I'm black. Oh, these issues are happening because I'm black. There have been certain situations that I looked at kind of funny. I said, it could be because of that, but nah, I'm not trying to press that. I don't want to build that narrative around my YouTube channel. This time, I can no longer let it slide. This is the situation. August 18th, I uploaded The Mortuary Assistant. A lot of you would know it got age restricted because the following video I did, I let you guys know it got age restricted. YouTube didn't tell me why. I saw that all these other YouTubers were playing The Mortuary Assistant and only my video seemed to be age restricted. And I looked for like an hour, 2 hours. I was scrolling all different types of people's video. No one else's was age restricted. So
YouTube has this funny thing where it likes to play the rules in its own favorite. You know what I mean? Like, so in some aspects, like you said, like I've had, like you'll sit there, if you react to a certain video, sometimes your video will be like, it'll give you like a strike or age restrict, whatever the case is, right? So my thing is, whatever the rules are, it doesn't really play fair in terms of if I'm reacting to the video, how is the video itself in full context allowed to be on, but my reaction is not okay when that doesn't make any sense. Now, I can understand copyright claim, or like as far as like using somebody else's video, whatever. I'm still doing a reaction, which is supposed to be under fair use, but as far as not getting monetized, okay, fine, I can accept that. That's perfectly fine. I could take that. But what you're not going to do is either block my video or do like all kind of crazy stuff and make up all kind of like stories of why you chose my video in particular to then say, okay, your video, whatever you reacted to, you can't do this, you can't do that. But then the original video itself is allowed to be on there. Like they did, I think it was this like trend of people taking stuff from their school or whatever. If you did a reaction to that video at any point, if you even whispered the name of the actual trend, YouTube was just on it and just taking people down and stuff. Which I'm like, okay, they didn't want to promote that kind of thing. But the videos themselves that stayed on YouTube and other platforms showing people actually doing it, they allowed it. But if you did a reaction video or something saying, don't do this, don't do that, that's not okay, just telling people this is not an okay thing to do, YouTube would then act like you're promoting that and saying you should do it when you clearly out loud said don't do that. And YouTube would just say, yeah, you can't do that. But the original video, it could stay up because that's clearly not promoting to do that, even though it's literally what it shows. So
I appealed the restriction. Hey guys, I'm not sure why mine got age restricted. Could you look into this? Appeal rejected. They doubled down. The policy team said, no, Corey, your video is restricted for good reason. We're not going to tell you why, but it's restricted. That's our final decision. I said, okay. I get with my YouTube rep. I send him an email. Hey, could you look at this? This is some weird stuff going on. Only my video got age restricted. My YouTube rep, who isn't on the policy team, he looked at my video and he said, hey, it could possibly be this part at the end where the woman was battling some depression. And I'm just going to leave it there, lest this video also get age restricted just because I'm talking about it. So I looked at that part. The first thing I did was try to find other YouTubers who had that part, or at least a part similar. Now, Markiplier, I don't know if you'll ever see this, but I just want you to know I have a lot of respect for you, and I didn't mean to drag you into the middle of this. Your channel just happens to be a great reference point because A, you're a really big YouTuber, and B, you're not black. So I can look at your channel.
Which is a good reference to show, like, if a person is, when you get somebody that's on equal standard as you, but at the same token, especially saying that you're not black, then that can show a lot of, like, okay, this person is allowed to do this, but me, a person of color, isn't allowed to do this. That's interesting. It's very interesting.
And then I can look at my channel or look at anyone else's channel and make sure that the things in the games that you play, all that they're enforcing the rules equally to everybody. So I go to Markiplier's Mortuary Assistant Part 3, and he had the same situation going on, and his video wasn't age restricted. So I send the video to my YouTube rep. I say, hey, Markiplier has this situation in his video, but his isn't age restricted. Could you send that to the policy team and see what they say about that? He said, wow, Corey, that's some astute detective work. Let me send this to them and see what they say. What do you think happened after that? I'll give you a second. They came back and they removed my age restriction.
My thing is, especially in that situation, it's like, okay, fine. You would think, okay, maybe they made a mistake and stuff like that, but no, no. But my thing is too, especially watching this video, when being a content creator is a lot, and we're pushing as hard as we can. We know life isn't going to be fair, and no one's ever going to expect us to be on equal grounds. We're never going to be on equal footing in anything that we do as just the color of our skin alone. But it's just interesting to see a lot of this stuff unfold so blatantly, and you can see kind of like the irritation and kind of frustration in his face. Like this stuff happens, because Corey Kenshin is a chill guy. He's family friendly content and stuff like that. He's just having fun doing this thing or whatever. You know, he just does it for the fans. He's not really worried about all this other stuff. But YouTube comes in, steps in, and does all this extra stuff, and it kind of makes you feel uncomfortable.
They took it off after they already rejected my appeal. I sent them the clip of Markiplier's video that has the same thing, and they removed it. Now, my YouTube rep, he was excited. He was, oh, great, this is awesome. Look, Corey, they took the age restriction off. I said, why? I expected them to triple down and give Markiplier an age restriction too. But they looked at Mark's video, and they used that to verify my innocence. So I send my YouTube rep a lengthy email.
Okay, and the email says, basically, he's basically Sam just kind of summarized. It seems pretty damning that it seems pretty damning for them. And it seems basically like he believes that this word and this word, favoritism in particular, is being a part of this. So correct me if I'm wrong in this situation. Why would YouTube reverse the decision after they doubled down on basically saying, after they doubled down on saying, no, Corey, we don't believe that you did anything. You know what I mean? Like, they basically saying, like, in your video, our decision is final. Okay, we don't believe anything that you did can change that or whatever. Then looking at the Markiplier's clip, now they want to act like, okay, everything is all good, handy dandy. You know, everything's fine. It's like, before I basically expose them, I'm hoping to maybe get some clarity on this situation, whatever. So maybe find a reason why this happened, because it seems to always happen after I'm always trending multiple days in a row. Then he just talked about this multiple occasions. He's not trying to really be like, it just feels like it has been like negative content and scrutinizing heavily, but basically they didn't do that to Markiplier. Like, it just always seemed like they've been attacking him. It's like they trying to kill his channel's momentum for some reason, like just stop like his rising as he grows. So he
Detailing
just doesn't understand why.
my feelings about the entire situation, feeling like there was some favoritism at play. There was either that or some racism at play, and that I would like to sit down with the policy team and figure out why my video was flagged in the first place. Actually, number one, was it automated or was it a human that age restricted it in the first place? Number two, who was the human reviewer? Because it's a human reviewer once you submit an appeal. Who was the human reviewer?
With this in particular, people always say a human person reviews, right? But my thing is like I've seen plenty of situations where when like I've seen like people try to appeal like a reject like appeal the situation whatever and the video be a specific length long, and when the human person comes in, are they actually reviewing the whole video or a specific clip? Because depending on how fast you get that response back, I doubt it's a human review. I've seen people like they get something back like right away, the next few minutes. If your video is like 20 minutes, 30 minutes long, an hour long, there's no way they watch the whole thing. I don't know if they skim through it or the certain clip that was possibly the issue and they look at, but in some aspects, I don't think it's a human reviewer just because the appeal, whatever the case is done, or the rejection is done way too quick to even have really assess the situation and then give it time to like maybe I no, this isn't correct. Give it time to think about it. Like they just no, this isn't correct and just no.
That doubled down and rejected my appeal. Number three, why did it take Markiplier's clip in order for them to reverse the decision? My YouTube rep gets back with me. He wants to hop on a call. We get on the phone for about 10-15 minutes, and I tell him, I've been feeling like this for a long time. I've been feeling like every single time that I come back to YouTube, I'm number one trending for a few days, and then they find some arbitrary issue. They nitpick and they try and find something that they can incriminate me for and try to push me down. You don't believe me? What happened the last time I came back and I was number one trending for like a week? They copyright struck me for a video that was in 2019 or something like that. What?
And then YouTube can do that too. Apparently they could just randomly be like, oh, you know what, your video that you did a couple decades ago, let's go ahead and just say that something's wrong with that and just copyright strike that or community guideline strike, whatever the case is. And some aspects, like even the creator studio application within YouTube that can allow you to go in there, fix your stuff. You can go back to the clips and take certain clips off. We can adjust this stuff ourselves. Yet YouTube does not care at all. They will sit there and block a video, whatever the case is, for certain aspects, or say this clip in particular, we're gonna go ahead and just give you a strike, whatever. It's like, why? Why do that? You think we're just uploading videos on purpose and purposely trying to go against the rules? No, no one's doing that. If it's a certain thing that's going on, let us know. Let us fix it. Give us enough time to fix it. And if it's still not fixed, then I can understand that being, okay, now you got to strike because you didn't listen the first time. And even with the original warning, they gave me a warning for Try Not to Laugh video, which I don't know what part. I might know what the part is, but I wasn't aware of what exactly was the part that they was complaining about. And instead of them telling me I could take it out or whatever, I just got a warning. So that's why I've been kind of like careful doing Try Not to Laugh, because I don't know. I'm trying to just, it's hard, but you don't know what you can do, because YouTube would just sit there and attack you in any aspect, man. I could just sit there and just do a vlog talking about my day, and they'd be like, oh, copyright strike. Like, how? It's my day. No music in the background. Like, YouTube is just insane.
Why don't these issues ever crop up when I'm not uploading? I mean, I'm not on YouTube like 9 months out of the year. Nothing ever happens until I come back and I start uploading again, and I'm getting my numbers. They're climbing. They're exploding. I'm number one trending. And then they're like, hey, we need to stop him. We need to, like, this black man, he's getting too many views. He's getting too much exposure, too much activity. Hold that thought.
Shit.
Let's get back to the current situation. So my YouTube rep assures me he's going to continue this dialogue with the policy team and try to get some answers to those 3 questions that I had. So another day, another 2 days go by, and what do you know? They re-age restricted the video.
So they basically They age restricted. They doubled down, saw a Markiplier's clip, took the age restriction off, and then when Corey Kitchen said, "What is going on? That makes no sense. Why was it age restricted in the first place? And why did it take Markiplier's clip for you to make a new decision?" They re-age restricted it again. How? How? How?
They re-age restricted the video. I say, no way did they do that. I go to Markiplier's video now, and now his video is age restricted.
Wow. And then they attack. I mean, I know. Wow.
They got caught with their pants down. They got called out, and then they had to go back and say, oh, whoa, 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 okay. We see the narrative that he's kind of pushing here. We need to take some steps back. We need to just age restrict them both and be done with it. You thought that I wasn't going to, like, talk about this, make a video about it? You realize how bad this looks for you, YouTube. You realize how unfair this comes across. I, in all my years, have never seen a video get age restricted, de-age restricted, and then age restricted again. Have any of you ever seen that happen before? They saw that I saw that there was some unfair stuff going on, so then they tried to appease me by de-age restricting the video. I say, wait, why are you doing that? Because I sent Markiplier's clip. And then they say, oh, okay, well, let's just age restrict them both. Why is my channel so much more heavily scrutinized than my peers? My peers, and when I say peers, I mean people around my level, around my view count, just to keep it simple. Why is my channel so much more thoroughly scrutinized? Especially so when I've been #1 trending multiple days in a row, which I've done multiple times. And every single time I start to get an uptick in traction, an uptick in activity, here comes YouTube coming through. Hey, let's get him for that video from 2019. Yeah, you see this, Corey? No, this is bad. It wasn't bad the 9 months that I was off the platform. It was only...
Exactly. And it's not like with him being on break, that doesn't stop YouTube from being like, oh, because the videos stay up. It's not like, it's not a video game. It's not paused for not, like, come on now. That doesn't make any sense. He comes back on, and then the decisions start to happen and stuff. 9 months entirely, which he has his moments where he's out of YouTube for quite some time, and then he comes back, you know, and it happens, you know, but like with that in and of itself, that's plenty of time for YouTube to be like, okay, this, because I think right after, yeah, that's literally what happened. And I think that was probably about the 9 months he was talking about, because he literally was gone. And as soon as he came back, it was trending for a few days, he all of a sudden got something in one of his videos. And it's like, why at that very moment? What robot just decided now is the perfect time? It makes no sense.
Bad when I got back and I was #1 trending. This situation was only bad because I've been #1 trending since I got back. Every other YouTuber has uploaded the Mortuary Assistant. And now they're about to start putting in some age restrictions because I called them out on some unfair behavior. Now I realize that when you call someone a racist, that's a very, very serious accusation. And for that matter, how do you expressly prove that someone is a racist? I mean, unless they're spamming the N-word in the chat. How do you really know?
And that's very true as well. In 2022, we don't really know. Like, sometimes people blatantly just say or do racist stuff, whatever. But sometimes people kind of hide. You know, you got the people who do stuff like this, and you don't really know what's going on, if it's just, like you said, favoritism, or if they just hating in general. But at the same time, why though? Why in particular of this guy? Like, it's not like, come on, like I don't really understand the situation either. Like, he doesn't do anything. I could see like if he was doing stuff, he was problematic. But like I said in my other video, like these kind of social media platforms, YouTube or other stuff or whatever, the stuff that they actually promote versus the stuff that we try to like talk about and express and say this is not okay and all that, they promote bad stuff and all this other stuff, and they don't care. They don't care. They just, oh well, they just like, oh well, it happens. And then when we talk about the video in particular, certain things or certain situations, then it's like, oh, now they care. Now they want to be like, oh no, that's not okay, and it's like that doesn't really make any sense. How is my video not okay, but this video right here is okay to just stay on your platform?
Admittedly, I cannot 100% prove that race had everything to do with this. But I can tell you the people on that policy team, those shadow people that are anonymous and get to enact their will however they see fit. How can we be sure that they take a black person's video and a white person's video, and it can be the same exact video, and they restrict the black person's video but not the white person's video? I feel I've been mistreated for a long time. I mean, even when we hit 10 million subscribers and I was supposed to get my diamond play button and there was no correspondence, these situations always coincide with an uptick of growth. And it always just comes off like we can't let this black guy get too high up. I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm telling you, that's how it comes off. I don't see any other YouTuber that gets #1 trending many times and then all of a sudden they're getting age restricted and they're getting copyright strikes and all of that.
Community guidelines.
If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Point them out. I want to see them. I'll retract this entire video. I'll make a public apology to YouTube. I have no problem. My dad taught me if you make a mistake, be a man and address it and apologize. I will do that, no problem. But to me, you know what it comes off? It comes off whenever Corey Kenshin starts doing some crazy numbers or getting on trending too much. We got to find something. We got to get him for something. He's got to have done something. I mean, I bleep out cuss words in video games. Like, I literally, this is the YouTuber that you want to have smoke with and have problems with. I believe there is some racism involved within the policy team, and YouTube in general really doesn't care about black people like that. They got their favorite creators. You know, log out of YouTube. Log out and go to YouTube. You'll see the people on the front page every single day. You'll see the favorites. Count how many are black. Count how many are of people of color. So then what does YouTube try and do? They try and peddle YouTube black. They try and give us a spotlight. And do you know how condescending and patronizing that is? Oh, yeah, let's give a spotlight to these black creators because we're all about diversity. All this communicates is black people aren't good enough on their own skill, on their own merits, on their own talent. So we got to give them a spotlight. We got to come down and raise them up so they can get some spotlight action. Well, how about you save all that YouTube black, all that fake patronage, all that fake pandering that you guys do. And when you have a black creator coming to you repeatedly saying, why am I being treated differently than other creators? And then you come back and, oh, we got to age restricted. And then, oh, no, he's on to us. Okay, we got to age restrict them both. Fake! It's fake. That's what it is. Huh?
Okay. And now, final point, especially with the YouTube Black in particular now, it's a lot of situations that I feel like, in many aspects, I want people to understand diversity in movies, music, games, like whatever the diversity is coming from, and they trying to add more diversity and stuff. They just trying to keep up with the narrative. They trying to keep up with saying, "Oh yeah, we got diversity. Look at this," and then eventually they'd be like, "Oh well, what about having diversity in like people of same sex or this, that, and the third or whatever?" It's like, okay. Let's do diversity here, or let's do diversity here, and though this person, an Asian person, a same sex, this, that, they do that stuff or whatever, people thinking that's cool, but the way that they try to run it, and the way that it's pushed, is terrible. They don't do a good job. They either try to take beloved characters and race swap them, and all this kind of crazy mess, and thinking people are going to be impressed, instead of working what they got or creating new characters and stuff. It's ridiculous. YouTube Black, they always do stuff like this where they try to like low-key separate us and act like, yeah, this is a good thing. Let's do this for this community and stuff. It's like we all should be able to strongly push forward and persevere on the same platform, in the same areas, in the same businesses. You know, it should never be a separation, diversity, trying to help out and stuff like Black History Month. Yeah, sure. Okay, like, I appreciate the Black History Month, but why is only dedicated to 1 month? It's a lot of stuff that, like, they try to, like, give you a little bit of spotlight and act like, look, we did it, guys. You should be happy now. We care about you. That's not how that works, man. That's not how that works at all. I didn't even know about YouTube back into this video, but that is not how that works. But yeah, so I'm gonna leave it at that because it's YouTube is very interesting, and I definitely wanted to talk about this because you guys, especially if you do videos, if you're a YouTuber, content creator in general, you should be aware of these kind of situations. It is no joke, and frankly, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Me being a black content creator, going out into the world, I don't know what to expect, what to deal with. Who knows? This kind of thing is just insane, man. It's really insane. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share with your friends. I put the videos out every single week. We're on the road to 400 with 352, man. Let's get it in, man. Keep the streaks going. We out here doing our thing, man. We almost hitting 50 streaks. Let's go. Appreciate you guys. I love you. Stay blessed and stress. Let God take it to rest, man. I'll see you guys in the next. Be easy. Peace out.